word. Another Tuesday, man. Getting ready for the season.
Yo.
How's everybody?
Well with 2 L's, man. You know, that's how we do it, baby. Hey. Good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you know I got my boy Big Game James' friend.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be talking about him today.
Like that's the name now because they running. I just seen somewhere they running with it everywhere now, dog. Like that's just the staple. You might as well just go ahead and call it.
Yeah.
The vanilla
Gorilla.
And you know they're gonna say as soon as he get like a sack or something, the vanilla he gonna hear on national TV. You know where you heard it over here though. You heard it over here with these final word guys. We were saying vanilla gorillas.
Yeah. Hey. With a name like that, you gotta turn up too. That's pressure.
You gotta turn up.
Yeah, that's just
and with
good
the look
pressure.
like that, look at that gorilla. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, hey,
Look at him. He gotta turn up.
no
He
doubt.
look like he about to turn up. He look mad. He like he about to sack a quarterback.
Yeah, that look like a killer in his eyes, right?
It is.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Dallas better get some of that.
And I was watching John, especially versus Bama.
Mm-hmm.
And he was about 50-50, right? He won some, he got demolished on the other half.
But you
Just
see
keep it
how
real.
look, you saw how they lined up though. That he was the anchor. You know, the 3-4 defense. He didn't have a Wyatt next to him. He didn't have a an edge rusher. Nobody. You know, just him.
Right. That's what I was thinking. That's why I brought that up.
Oh, my bad.
It might have. No, that we talking about it now, and it's good, you know.
Hey,
but
man.
yeah, we talking about it
700-pound double teams. 700-pound double teams will break that back.
Right.
When you get deep in that game.
Yeah.
Let's go break that back, baby. That's what it's designed to do.
Yeah. So that might have been an error on my analysis. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real. You know, I ain't lying to kick it. You know, it's just. I think you said that, Law. I think
No,
you was
yeah,
the
I
one
had said something about him. You said, yeah, he do get walked back now.
Yeah. But
Yo.
to your point and the OC, first that's Bama. Second, that's 700 pounds of Bama.
Right.
Third, to your point, he pretty much was by himself and a focal point. So that gave me hope when you broke that down.
I saw even the Ole Miss, man. They line up. What? You ever looked at the guys' bodies that was on their front? They were small.
Yeah, you talking about beside the white gorilla?
No. I'm talking about Ole Miss now. That front. Do you ever paid attention to that front? The 3-4 that they ran?
I don't think I did, big dog.
Not like that.
Just keeping it 100. I don't remember. You know how it is. After the draft, you memorize a lot and get rid of it.
Right.
I just wanna run it up.
Run it up.
Check us out. I've been really in the field, let up. I've been really in the field, let her rich, let her feel. Lately, I just wanna
run it up.
You really adopted the dog. Deal, have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Kinda check us out. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Yeah, man.
Count that too, count
Your
that.
boy Big and Boss going at it today.
Hey, I got
Yes,
that
sir.
drop. I got your drop for you, Boss. Cowboy.
What you got?
You could live with your
That ain't coming my way. That ain't coming my way. That ain't coming my way.
Oh, that boy ready to fight. No, I ain't heard. Oh, let me turn it down, big dog, so I can hear your drop.
You said you Thanos.
You could not live with your own failure.
Ooh.
Hey, and they all came back to fight Thanos. He said your failure brought you back to me. Come on, Eagles.
I am inevitable.
Come on,
Let me
Giants.
see. You say
You
Thanos?
cannot live with your own
Oh,
failure.
that what Thanos? I'm pushing too many buttons over here, man. Come on now.
Let's go.
All right. All right, man. Let's kick it off. All right. Before we start this fight, Big, I know you ready to fight your boy. I ain't ready to fight yet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
let's be nice.
We'll be nice.
See, I got
the 6 punches.
Yeah, so-
see. All
see,
right.
yeah,
Look,
so-
I ain't got the sound effects, but how about this?
Hey, throw those punches again,
How about
man.
that?
But throw those
Oh,
punches
you want to
again.
see that?
You got a black glove. You got a okay. I see. Oh.
Yeah. So somebody
Okay.
make a point.
All right.
All right.
I'm glad my face not
All right,
You
down
about to
there.
get a bunch of those. You about to get a bunch of those then.
Oh, I'm finna
You
get a
about
bunch
to
of right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Don't
you
smell
about to
yourself,
lose.
big dog.
Dog, you about to lose.
Hey, we go first start off on the same team on this though, for real. We go be
All right.
all together on this for sure. We go kick it
Okay.
off with this. It's a lot of blasphemy going around. That's ridiculous. It's like literally, I would say insulting. Can I just say it's just flat out insulting how they doing us right now?
Right.
Let me literally they say Dallas Cowboys rookie Damon Clark named worst pick in the NFL draft. Now that is the stupidest thing I've heard almost probably. I'm trying to think of when I heard something so dumb. So I want to first get y'all thoughts on that before we kind of get into because that's something that lit my Twitter up. When I posted it on Twitter, my Twitter lit up. You know what I'm saying? Not comparison to y'all, but comparison to me. People really registering to this. So I want us to talk about it because I think the people go register with this. Obviously, we always start with you, Big. So what's your thoughts, dog?
That's kind of crazy. And I mean, even I think it's crazy because me and you talk, boss.
Yeah.
You were like, get him now. And I was like, I don't know. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Me and you, we were doing that live. So
Yeah.
and it wasn't like I didn't like the player or the talent. Loved the player, loved the talent. Love what he did in the Senior Bowl. Love what he did his senior season, his last season at LSU. Over 120 something tackles. I mean, the kid was nice. But like I said, boss, when you hear neck, spinal fusion, anything like that. Now, it was really more of a herniated disc when I looked and delved into it deeper. It was more of a herniated disc that they saw and found, and I listened to some other people and read some other things. So it made me feel better than when you hear somebody's like neck surgery with spinal fusion, like something was really bad. So it got really more hyped up more than anything, I feel like, with the injury. But to sit there and say that was the worst pick in the draft, dog, you've seen his talent. That's a 5th round pick. A lot of 5th rounders don't even make the team. So if you said that as a 1st rounder, then you could sit there and say something that crazy. But a 5th rounder, how many 5th rounders don't make teams? So stop that. If it goes all the way right, it's the biggest steal of the draft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's flat out crazy when someone tried to grade a draft or give their analysis of the draft before they put on the cleats and the helmet. From what I understood is that he went to have cleanup surgery basically after everything. They found this bulging disc or herniated disc, and they wanted to clean it up. And all we know that during the season, no one in the SEC had more tackles than him out of that position. He had 78 solo tackles. That's not easy to come by. And 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and on top of that, an INT and 15 tackles for losses. Excuse me, that is a value pick with the 5th round. Come on, Cowboy Nation and everybody that's listening. I know that sensationalism is really a good thing. It makes clicks and views and everything else go good. Because now it's still in the lying season. You still lying to get clicks. You still lying to get views. You still lying and creating sensationalism. It's crazy. Before this young brother can put on cleats and a helmet, you saying that this was the worst pick in life. Come on. This is not right by him. And when you listen to the way he talked, he's a God-fearing man. And also he talked about, hey, if it was up to me, I can put on the cleats and the helmet today and play. So I really believe that this kid got hard. I hope that the Cowboys just still look at this and don't rush him out there and say, okay, let's go ahead and play. No. Take your time with him. He's 6'3", 245 pounds. He ran a 4.5. And on top of that, this is a good value pick. This is the number one thing that people must do. Capital M-U-S-T. Do not look at these players as isolated individuals, but look at them as a collective. He's coming in with a team, with a purpose, with Dan Quinn, who will be able to elevate said player. Just like when you think of Parsons, don't look at Parsons last season as an individual, but a collective. If we wanted to, Parsons could have had 23 to 24 sacks. But as a part-time sack guy, he got you some last year. So just look at this that way. The Cowboys went from the 30th ranked defense down to the 12th. Don't have me to start talking about defense, baby, because defense, I can go all day. Let somebody else take it.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
So whoever wrote the article, I'm still not done yet, though. But got though.
Shame.
Oh, you got something else?
I just want to hit the
something?
button.
Oh,
Shame.
yeah, that's a shame, bro. It's pathetic.
So Damon Clark is runner-up Buckers Award winner, and this guy was all over the field for the LSU Tigers in a very tough SEC. Some people call it the JV of the NFL. If you can be a successful / dominant player there, he was. I don't understand where this is coming from. This is a bunch of malarkey. This is nonsense. This is silly. If he didn't have a neck injury, he would have probably been a second-round pick, in my opinion. Mid-second round, bottom of the second. Worst case scenario. He's a tremendous value pick, and I'll just keep it brief, man. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, and I'll say this. The sad thing is this. When you see articles like this is all about clickbait. And it's really sad to where you cannot trust any more well-branded media. It was a time when you would see a certain logo, and it would also mean that credibility went with that, and they stood on what they said. It's now all about playing to the hate mob that hates the Dallas Cowboys. And the saddest thing is it's not always just on the outside. You sometimes get this from the local guys. Our own local media play this game. So it's just sad to where they look for controversy with the Dallas Cowboys because they're truly placating to the hate crowd and the hate mob that just hate us and envy us. So it's sad that you gotta take good guys like Damon Clark, who worked his whole life and literally stained his name, like you said, Law, before he even hit the field. It's just sad to see.
Right. And he don't have a chance to clear his name until the year of 2023. That's the craziest part about it. So even if somehow he do get rushed out there and midway through this season and get out there and make some few plays, it may not be up to par to what people are expecting, and they're going to remember that article.
Right.
And they're going to say, hey, that article was right. That article was right. And this dude was a 5th-round draft pick. I get it, right? If somebody wanted to look at it like if he was the 2nd-round draft pick, like it was like with Jalen Smith, or if it was like Randy Gregory with the 2nd round, and that's a higher draft pick, and you're looking at the opportunities, and you say, man, come on, Cowboys, why are you taking a risk? But I don't think there's a soul that represents silver and blue will get mad if the Cowboys decided to pick Jalen Smith or Randy Gregory in the 5th round. It wouldn't be a soul. to those type of words. It's egregious, it's distasteful, and it's disrespectful. So, hey, and I'm keeping that same energy. If I see said person in real life, I'm saying the same thing. There's no muffle to my mouth. And I'm telling you guys, that's real talk. Just like when, look, I kid you guys not. When Stephen A. was talking all of that nonsense in that particular, what was it, UFC fight? And they said, hold on, you don't take that clown boy talk over here. This is real stuff. This is real stuff talking right now. You don't see no weakness in my voice. I'm telling you guys the way it is. Don't be talking bad about people that representing the silver and blue and not giving them a chance before they put on the cleats. It's time out for all of that bullshit.
Bullshit. Oh my Lord. Oh man. So let me check the chat, man, real quick. See what they talk about. But man, that boy. All right. Now let's go to what we here for, because I just want to start that because I want to address that for the Twitter people. But also, Big, you said that you had some. You said we had the debate. This is real. This ain't fake. We don't do this for television. This is real. So I even put a screenshot of our conversation right there, and we was going back and forth. My boy say, I don't agree, big dog. We go debate tomorrow. And I said this on Twitter. We all been in the situation where you was having an argument with somebody, and they just cut you off and said, all right, man, we gonna have to fight about this after school. And then everybody had to stop talking because you knew, all right, no more talking. You got to fight now. So what's on your mind, big dog? What we finna debate? Let's get this going.
Yeah, let's get this debate going, man. We're gonna talk about Jake Ferguson because I've been over there listening to your channel over there, and I've been listening to your little breakdowns over there.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I said, okay, I remember when you had Jake Ferguson as like your fifth tight end. So let me see what the boss is saying about Jake Ferguson. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm about to make my own tape, and then I'm like, hold up, dog. You've been getting on Dalton Schultz, bro. You've been saying, why are we getting Dalton Schultz? Why are we bringing back Dalton Schultz? Paying him $10 million. He ain't nothing but a turn and catch guy. That's all he's doing. I'm looking at Jake Ferguson. He ain't turn or catch guy. He got good hands guy, but he's not better blocker guy than Dalton Schultz. And I'm not even saying Dalton Schultz is a good blocker, but what I'm saying, you said he's a better blocker than Dalton Schultz, and I'm saying, no, that's not what the tape said. And you said, well, I showed you them pancakes in them Penn State game. I saw a couple, but I saw him struggling too in that game, blocking. And if you went to my Michigan tape, he was getting all kind of messed up in that game. And I'm not saying he don't have the want to, but he's not consistent enough. So we ain't putting no Jake Ferguson in line on 12 personnel thinking he's going to be the blocker, dog. No, sir. And I don't see where you saying he's a better blocker than Dalton Schultz right now, because he's got a lot of work on. And there's a lot of publications not just saying that, because, we don't go on what everybody say. But when the majority is saying the same thing and then you see it, I don't think so, big dog.
Okay, so it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that
I wasn't even trying to hit
that button because it wasn't time for it yet.
Yep.
So
got him shook.
Now listen, please, man. Hold on, big dog. So first of all, I didn't even want to fight you today because you my homie, dog. So I'm even make this a 2-screener for just 1 second for me and you to fight this out. So this is
no. Take your time, boss. Take your time. Don't rush.
Take my time. Hold on, real quick. I like this.
Go ahead, hype him up, boss. It's okay.
Hold on, real quick. Yo, I got something for this boy.
Hold on. Before you scrap though, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna wait because see, big game. You gonna appreciate me at the end, okay?
Okay.
All right. Gotcha. And before I get started, let me put on my clear views. All right. So Arnold, let me ask you a question because you've been deep into the draft, right? So you know this guy? He was drafted in the 2nd round, right? And I checked out your tape. So my first question to you, as we kind of fight this out, is what year was the tape of you watching for Michigan?
2020.
Okay. So you was watching 2020. The tape that I have is from what year?
This year. This past
2021. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, can people improve from one year to the next?
Yes, they can. But here, I'm going to counter that because they can improve. But even in that game where you saying, I think it was Arnold Idabike that he was going against, he had one, and I saw where you were talking about he pancaked him. He had him, he drove him a little bit. That one where he knocked him down, he was already kind of falling. He wasn't just whooping him up in that game. And he has a problem with guys that, especially if they're a little heavier than him, he has good technique, but he doesn't have the strong enough base to hold on to those blocks, and he gets pushed back, and those D ends and stronger and bigger linebackers push through him. And that's been shown even this past season.
All right, we go turn on the tape. All right, so we go show and we go see if it was a little bit. This is the first play of the game. All right, no, this ain't the play. Hold on, is it? Is this the play, man? You better have your
it
tape.
Might be.
No, that's him
No.
catching.
No, that's
No, here we go. This
That's
one.
that's his
No,
best
that's the
attribute.
pass. Oh, here we go. All right.
Okay.
So this is him versus.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. This is not a
Did
way.
Did the running back get in there? Rewind it.
All right,
Rewind it.
I'll take that one though,
Go.
Big.
I would take that out.
There's no way when you see the 12 personnel look that they are staying those quarters deep. I think that they're going to get out of that quarters defense. Do you think that they would still stay in pass pro defense if we present 12?
I remember Mike McCarthy was saying that they go try to use him inline and outline based on what he put on film. And I actually don't think me and Big having that big of a difference of a debate. We supposed to be having this drag out fight, but it's really not.
We feeling each other.
Yeah, because it's one of I'm gonna say it like this. You can see from my video I was critiquing him. You know what I'm saying? So we both saying he got some work to do. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is, boss, this is what I'm saying. When we talk about him, because when I listened to your video and I was agreeing with what you said, like this reason why I was picking Jake Ferguson, I didn't talk about Jake Ferguson no more when I heard when I seen he ran the 4.8.
Yeah.
When he dropped to the 4.7, I said, we'll see. But I said he's the type of tight end. I didn't look who I wanted to draft. You feel me, boss? I told you who I wanted. I said, let's draft how they want, right? That's what we talked about. So he's the type of player that they're going to draft, especially when we looked in that third round when we were talking live, and I felt like they're going to target a tight end in the third.
Right.
Well, Greg Dulash, I think that's his name, from UCLA, was taken, right?
Yeah.
Jelani Woods, taken. Cade Otton, taken. So when you look at where they were going to draft in that fourth, it was like, this is the best time to do it because we probably won't get the tight end we want. And he fits our mold, so let's go ahead and get him now. So it was a smart move to do it. So I don't dislike the pick because I picked him a couple of my drafts. But when I sit there and look at him and I see Dalton Schultz signed to the 1-year deal, how do I say how much more different is he than Dalton Schultz? Because if Dalton Schultz leave, he's the same type of player to me. He's an average athlete. He has really good hands. I think Dalton Schultz got good hands. I think he's savvy in his receiver route. I think Dalton Schultz is pretty good in his receiver routes. And when I look at their blocking, Dalton Schultz has a problem with power. Maybe he has more want to, but nobody was talking about Dalton Schultz. Everybody was talking about Blake Jarwin at the beginning of the year with his blocking issues when Dallas was winning. When all of a sudden Dallas started losing, then everybody started talking about Dalton Schultz sucks at blocking.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the key difference, big dog. And this is where I got to go ahead and win this debate, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't want it.
No, I'm serious, bro. This is where I got to.
Don't you hate when Boss Cowboy declares himself the winner before?
Can you get out my fight, please? Can you get out my fight? Can you get out my fight, please? Can you shoot? Can you shoot, please? Oh, see, man, stop instigating, dog. I'm over here trying to have a fair fight with the homie, and you over here. But this is where I'm getting ready to win this. This is the difference between Schultz and Ferguson. You ready?
Ready.
$10 million.
He punch you. Hit me right in the jaw.
I'm trying to figure out
$10
the
million. That's the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. See, I think some people misunderstanding what I'm saying sometimes. So when it comes to Dalton Schultz, he does his job well, but I know the perfect way to explain it. I'm gonna say it best when I say it like this. Everybody listen to me. I had an employee one time, and he was trying to negotiate with me to try to get more money, right? And he was saying, man, I am worth more than $20 an hour. You not paying me enough. And I said, you know what? You right. You are worth way more than $20 an hour. But the problem is your job is not. And so the job that Dalton Schultz is doing, being a dump off king, is not worth $10 million. That is the issue. I'm saying right now, Dalton Schultz is a better receiving even tight end than Ferguson. But I think by year 3, I don't think we would even close to need Dalton Schultz. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying
when you draft
is,
Ferguson,
this Jake Ferguson is going to be this top tier tight end more than he's going to be more than a turnaround, catch the ball type tight end with the Cowboys system. He's not going to be that.
Oh, that's what every one of them are.
Okay, so that's what I mean. So when I said you were getting on Schultz, we can't get super excited about Jake Ferguson because he's the same type player.
But $10 million less.
Right. But I'm saying he's the cheap version, but you like getting on him. But okay, I see what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
We're going with the cheaper. Right. Dalton Schultz.
That's it. That's all I'm saying, dog.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that's why I was saying I wanted us to go with Hayden Hurst and OJ Howard. We could have got 2 tight ends and still we would have saved $4 million because both of them was $3 million. And that's not even their potential cap hit. Their cap hit is likely less than that. You know what I'm saying? The total contract on the average per year was 3 per year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really not knocking Schultz. I'm just knocking the job, how the Cowboys use him. If you go pay somebody $10 million, a top 5.
Make them dynamic.
Right. I want to see Waller. Yeah, I want to see.
Get super dynamic with the offense to show he's worth that $10 million. But you know what else, boss? On the tight end tip, if it frustrates me with I see the conservative style again, and we always want to stay in the mode of this certain tight end. I wish they would finally want to break from it because, like I said, I don't care. I looked at Dalton. They were talking about Chickazim's arms were short. I looked at Jake Ferguson. They have the same length arms.
Right.
I think their hands are almost the same. It's just the fact that he's 6'2.5". He's 238. He's 6'5", 250. They go on the measurables and the mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got a guy who's speedy. If you're already saying, well, we like Dalton Schultz and he's our guy, then why don't you put this speedy dude in here? You already got McKeon, right?
Right.
So why not take this gamble on this fast guy? He's available for you. You had Isaiah Likely. He ran the same type of thing, and I think he's a little more wiggled than Jake Ferguson, right?
No doubt.
Them two were both available, and you didn't touch them because you didn't want to break that mold, and I feel like you didn't want to jump out there and gamble or do anything else. And once again, when you had your guy in the 3rd round, if you wanted to get that tight end, you had an extra pick if you wanted to jump up there and get Woods. But once again, that's where that conservative style comes, and they kind of let that board fail the way it did. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't hate Jake Ferguson, but I just feel like, you know what, you could have got a guy out there with some wiggle. And you really could. It wouldn't have killed you in that 4th round if you went with speed, because you already got a guy and you got McKeon. Those are 2 of the same people. McKeon's only in his 2nd or 3rd year.
No.
Well, what they doing is you got to look at the bigger picture, and they already leaked some of that information out. They got a guy that's 6'4" who runs a 4.3, and his name is Simi Fehoko. That's what they're gonna use as their hybrid.
I hope,
that's
bro.
That's what they said.
see.
And he's 232 pounds. I'm just saying. Now when I looked at the Stanford tape, I didn't see Simi
none of that.
blocking. I didn't see him blocking. So that's the area of the unknown. I don't know if he can block, but they mentioned that they want to utilize him as that hybrid tight end.
Mm-hmm. They did.
They did.
Now, they did, and he does run a 4.3.
They say a lot of things. Yeah, but boss.
But he's not gonna run a 4.3. He's not gonna run a 4.3 if he get up to 245. Now you just ruined a good receiver.
Ruined?
You know, you trying to make him gain weight. You
brought
ruined
him in
man.
as a receiver. Wait a minute. The OC, dynamic offense already, and now you're gonna start to get dynamic. Now we ain't seen dynamic, and all of a sudden you're gonna move Simi Fehoko. He gonna be your dynamic H back, and he gonna show all kind of stuff. No, he ain't.
We got us a fight. We got Law Nation. Hold on. Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. We got us a fight. Let me get some order in here. We got Law Nation versus OC and Big Game James. You first, Law. You first. Let's go.
Whoa. I'm ducking and diving. Well, this is what happened. Jeez. All right, so Simi Fehoko said that he played bigger in college. He was like 232, 233. So I don't know whether or not, last year that they wanted him to lose weight, but he said he had lost weight. He had got down to 220. So at 6'4", I don't know what happened with his speed or what have you, but he said he got 4.3 speed, and that's what he clocked in. So if he said he's comfortable at playing at 230-ish, then lo and behold, let's find out. Let's wait and see. That's all we got. Now, they did pick up an undrafted guy by the name of Peyton Hendershot. If you look at Peyton Hendershot, his yards per catch is more than Jake Ferguson, and his total touchdowns, I believe, in Indiana was more than Jake Ferguson. So that's a guy, too, that we may have to take a real good look at. But it may be a long shot for him to make the team. But that is a guy that they brought in from the undrafted rookie free agent class.
Now, the OC, you said ruined. It sounds like you kind of capping a little bit.
No, I'm saying I don't want them to make him gain weight and turn him into any type of inline weapon. I think it's dumb. I think it's idiotic. He's a possession type NFL receiver that runs fairly decent routes, and I feel like that in the second year you need to let him prove out on the outside to help this offense, especially because you have Michael Gallup rehabbing that ACL and he's not gonna come back and be full steam. I think it's dumb. You drafted Jake Ferguson, which is your cheap replacement for Dalton Schultz. That's proof positive you don't plan on keeping Schultz and paying him big money long term. Good for you. But this is the thing that I like about the Cowboys. They had enough sense to draft a Jake Ferguson to get a reasonable, economical.
God, dog.
That's smart. But then this is the thing that I don't like about the Cowboys is they try to get cute when you don't need to get cute.
Man,
all a good point.
Did I drop out?
Man, yeah.
Did I drop out? Am I back?
Yes, you did. But it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm almost back to the studio.
Matter of fact, let me go with Big while you buy you time to get to the studio. Let me go with Big. Get to the studio, big dog.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
All right, let me get Big up in here. Big, let's go. Game change. All right, let's go, Big.
Man, I'm just bouncing off the OC, dog. It's just what he said, man. You just got this dude, right? He's 6'4". He ran a 4.3. That's what you were raving about with the receiver. You were raving about it.
True.
So now, all of a sudden, and he just said Michael Gallup is hurt. You brought in James Washington? James Washington. Okay, now we're doing James Washington. No, we're not doing no James Washington. You got a second receiver with the size and the speed. And like you said, he's not going to be no burner in the NFL, but he can be a good speed possession receiver and let him cook. He played in the slot over at what was it? Stanford? What was it? UCLA? It was Stanford.
Stanford,
right?
Yeah.
So he played in the slot over there multiple times, so he could play it in the NFL. That's a good option that you have. You already got Jake Ferguson. You have Sean McKeon. He's only like his second or third year. You still brought back Jeremy Sprinkle. Stop trying to experiment with every freaking player, dude. Get a player at his position and just let him stay there for a couple years and just let's see if he can be good at it instead of you get him 1 year just like you got Mukamo, or just if you get a linebacker, we're going to put him at let's play him at safety, or you got a safety, let's play him at corner. Dog, you tried that with Reggie Robinson. What'd you do? You drafted him at corner, right? Then what happened? We're moving him to safety. Then we're moving him back to corner. Then he got cut. You get what I'm saying? You're going to do the same thing to Simi Fehoko, mess around, move him up, move him down, move him up, mess them all up. Now you can't use them, then you're going to get rid of them. Stop doing that with these 4th and 5th round players. It seems like every time they draft somebody in the 4th and 5th round, they want to get experimental. Stop.
I agree.
Wait.
I agree.
Hold on, Law. Don't lay down yet, Law. Don't lay down yet, because I got your back on this one, dog. I got your look, Law. It's the right side versus the left side today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Lost.
All right, listen. All right, one more time.
No.
Yeah. The whole left side. All right, listen. This is. I just want to say something real quick. Just to be fair, I'm gonna give myself one punch because you did make some good points. I'm gonna give myself another one too because you made some good points, James. All right, that's fair. I'm gonna be fair to you, to your case, but I want to have this discussion because we all been saying we want an athletic tight end.
Right.
We've all been saying that. Just hear me out, big.
Nope.
Big.
Nope, I'm not hearing out.
Hey, man.
All right, hear me out, bro. Just hear me out. Just listen to the case. I know what's gonna make my boy feel better. Listen, I know exactly.
Nope.
I know how to calm the homie down. Here it is. That's all you gotta do. That he better, right? He back cool right now. See how he smile? All you gotta do is get it for the white gorilla, and he back cool. Now just hear me out.
Hey, switch on you, boss.
All right, I got it. All right, so check this out. So we was all cool with Neville Gallimore with the creativity of switching him from a 3 tech, which he was an obvious athletic 3 tech with the 4.7 speed, and how he played at OU. Then all of a sudden he was injured and he came back as a 1 tech, bro. We was cool with that. But he was not drafted to be that, James. Was he? So I'm saying there are times it worked, dog.
No, it's not. And you know it's not. And you're trying to talk yourself into it.
I might be. I ain't gonna lie. I might be.
I might be. I know when you believe in stuff, and I know when you're talking yourself into it. You don't believe it, you damn self. So I'm one, and just say it.
But it's a possibility, big dog. Is it not?
No, it's not. Leave him alone.
I just gotta say
play
this.
Receiver.
I just gotta say this. I just gotta say this, man. With the previous administration, they kind of ruined Rico Gathers, man. You know, they try to make him bigger, and they try to put more weight on him.
Never got to see Reggie Robinson.
Right. You
Because
keep
they
him on
move
the
him back
outside,
and forth, and then they just feel like, okay, well, you know what they do? Law. You know what they do? They move them around, and then when they can't use them no more, they get rid of them because you know what they say in their head? He's a 4th and 5th rounder. That's what they do.
Now was the Noah Brown situation bad? Was the Noah Brown situation bad when they moved Noah Brown to block?
Look what they did. Move Mukambo. As soon as he got drafted, what they do? He's moving to safety.
Look, I'm not worried about what Dan Quinn does now on the defensive side. He can move any player where he wants. If all of a sudden week 1, week 2, I'm seeing Parson playing safety, I'm gonna say, hey, Dan Quinn, you earned that right to move any player around anywhere you want to.
Okay,
you know, but that's on the defensive side. Now the offensive side, they've been wrecking these guys with tight end. With tight end. Say again.
But Boss Cowboy, I'm sorry, I can't believe that. Boss Cowboy, hold on. I can't believe that you have the unadulterated nerve to compare moving someone from a 3 tech to a 1 tech to moving somebody from wide receiver to H-back.
Man, yeah, yes, I did.
You got nerve.
Man, you're not finna cap today, bro. We're not doing the capping today, dog.
No, No, you got a lot of nerve because that is not the same thing. It is completely different. Those are very similar and close in proximity positions. It's a completely different game having to bang against 300-pound men that play defensive end, that run almost just as fast as you run, Boss Cowboy. That run 4-5, that run 4-4, and you got a war against these guys from lining up out here versus dudes that weigh 180.
You stating the obvious.
It's okay. What I'm saying is,
of course, it's different. Cornerback is different from tackle.
Now, you talking about a 6'4", 200? Look, you talking about a 6'4", 232-pound man, Simi Fehoko. Now, all right, you the coach. You the coach. You the offensive coordinator. Where would you play Simi? Where would you play Simi?
I would play Simi at X and Z, let him be a possession receiver, and when I saw a shorter dude in a slot, I would line his butt up in a slot and go up the field with quick goals and quick outs and quick in-breaking routes and run crossing routes with him so that we could get mismatches against zones. That's how I would use Simi.
What do you think is a hybrid tight end? What do you think is a hybrid tight end?
Talk to him, Law. He not listening. He been prideful. He been prideful today.
Come on, man.
I'm not being prideful, Boss Cowboy. I'm saying I don't want to see him down there banging versus big guys.
Wait a minute. Hold on. When I line up in 12 when I line up in 12 and I have Schultz as my tight end, 12. and I have hold on.
He's not.
Hold on. How many offense?
He is not big enough to play in no 12.
How many people can be on the line? How many players?
If you're not up in 12,
seven.
If you're yeah. But listen, Law. I hear you, Law.
No, you don't.
I respect you. Boss Cowboy, stop instigating. I hear you and I respect you. All right, but I'm gonna tell you something. Wide receiver strength and playing that with your hand in the dirt strength is completely different. The beating and the physicality is completely different. And you're taking a guy who never have done this in his life. He's never played in his life.
You can't do that.
And that's why. Wait a second.
You can't do that.
Wait a second, boss. That's why you drafted Jake Ferguson. And listen, this is what I don't like about the Cowboys, because they have these weak experiments and they ruin draft picks and people that could have been positive contributing players. What the Cowboys should have done, to your point, Boss Cowboy, is get O.J. Mayo and get one of these other guys that was free agent picks.
O.J.
Howard.
Yeah.
It's all good. We know what you're talking about.
We know what you're talking about.
You good. We good. Keep going.
But listen, here's the thing. The Cowboys have a type. They have a type of person that makes them feel comfortable. And so they always draft and pick these type of players, not necessarily the best athletes that can come in and wreck shop. They have a type that makes them feel comfortable. So Jake Ferguson is a type of guy that makes them feel comfortable. They could have got more athletic people. They could have got more physical people in free agency, but they did not. And to me, that's the one little nuance about the Cowboys culture in terms of their player personnel that I don't like. Because even Will McClay himself said this. He said, I have to make sure that I line up with the culture and the type of person, and I'll paraphrase what he said, that is acceptable to the organization. So I got to mix the measurables and the type of person that's comfortable with the organization. I got to measure all that. So it's not just best athlete. And that's what I'm saying.
All right. Okay. I think I'm going to close this out because this is too easy to win this debate. So
won.
No, watch this. I'm gonna ask. I want the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to listen to my questions, and I want everybody to answer them honestly. What was Blake Jarwin before he was a tight end?
A wide receiver out of LSU.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did he? So hold on real quick. Did he?
How much he weigh?
See, we doing this?
No,
we doing this?
Yeah, we are doing it. We are doing it.
Hold on,
so
big.
see, because this is the deal. See, when I make a good point, they don't let me finish, Law. You see how they do me, dog? You see how me do?
No, it ain't.
See,
no, it ain't, boss.
Is he still
no,
on the team?
No, it ain't.
What? Oh, you do? OC, you not being strapped. Wait a minute, OC. Wait. OC, you not gonna play that game, dog.
Hold on.
You not gonna play that game, dog. Hold on.
No, you can't even do that, boss. Boss, you know daggone well how many times, boss, you know daggone well, man, when you see a lot of these receivers in high school, they transition to tight ends too. So they start early.
I
So
know,
you can't
but
just say, "Oh, Blake Jarwin was a receiver."
But see, you know why Jarwin is out the league is injuries. He made the transition, didn't he?
That's true. But
okay,
this is
you're
not
making
it.
my own point.
No, see, I wasn't even finished with my case. See,
look at his body,
Law, you see how they did? Law, you see what they did? See, I'm gonna get real gangster. I'm gonna start turning down mics in a minute because I gotta be able to make my points up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? See, I can't.
The truth.
So hold on real quick. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to make a point, can I finish, please? All right, here we go. So we know Jarwin made the transition to tight end successfully. Before Schultz was tight end 1, who was tight end 1? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you please answer, please?
Jarwin.
Blake Jarwin.
Okay.
Okay, but was Blake Jarwin already?
Hold on. One more time.
Blake Jarwin. No.
Hold on. One more time.
Can I say this?
Hold on, real quick.
Can I say no? No, that was weak. That was, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that at all.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Not getting it at all. Okay, let me finish this. Let me finish this. Let me finish this, though. Let me finish this. Because what was Blake Jarwin before he came into the league?
He was tight end.
Okay. Now, what was Simi Fehoko when he came in the league?
Receiver.
So Blake Jarwin had already had tight end plenty enough under his belt to learn how to block, to learn how to play the position, to learn and get adequate. So he was already tight end ready when he came in. He didn't transition to H-back tight end in the league. So your argument is wah, 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 wah.
No, it's not, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and push the button for you because I did let you finish. So you said that's me. You said that this one is me.
That was you. No, you got that.
I got that. You said I got that.
That's you got
all right.
that. That's
so
you.
Can we talk football now? Cause I let you finish.
We've been talking.
All right, but I let you finish though, big dog. Say, get your head.
But I already won.
No, you didn't, bro. What you mean?
Come on.
Yes, I did.
Big Law, get your button ready. I got some more questions for these guys.
Oh, see, tell them I won.
Oh man,
listen.
Wait a minute.
When the competition gets too fierce, Boss Cowboy resorts to hitting buttons and doing things of that nature to try to prove his point.
I pushed the button on me.
Swaying the audience.
I pushed the button on me, dog.
Okay, all right, feel you. So look, check this out. Let's
twice.
Hey, in the chat. Okay, cool. In the chat.
So no, that don't mean you get to take over. But go ahead. I'll let you finish too.
Let me, I'm a grown man, Boss Cowboy. I'm a part of this show.
Hold on, you can't do that, big dog. See, watch this, dog. See, you gotta watch who you talking to, boy. See, watch this. Watch this. Go ahead, say something. Say something. See, you see when you talk too fly, I'll shut you down, boy. Go ahead, OC.
Hey, look.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Chat. Okay, listen. That's all I want to see. In the chat, should Simi Fehoko?
What happened to his voice? He just left. I'm playing dirty today, dog. No, go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
Should Simi Fehoko be converted to tight end?
Oh no, you can't. No,
yeah, exactly.
Boy, we ain't even finished the debate. We ain't finished the debate.
That's what you're saying, though.
How you gonna ask the audience and we ain't finished making the case? I'm talking to the jury, and you trying to close. You trying to go to closing arguments. You see how they do, Law. You see how they do. God dog, boy, y'all don't. That left side is gangster. Ooh,
hey,
y'all dirty.
I just want to tell y'all, man. Evan Ingram and also
I see a lot of
O.J.
people saying
Howard.
Simi stays at receiver.
But he
Evan
Listen,
Ingram
see?
and OJ Howard
all in the chat.
is
See,
only
they ain't even saying do it. We won.
Look,
OC, we won.
Evan Ingram and OJ Howard is only 4 pounds more than Simi Fehoko.
Yawn.
But here's the thing. They are not saying that Simi will be a tight end. He will be a hybrid tight end. Show of hands of what position do Deebo Samuels play?
Oh my
is he
God!
just a wide
Leave this
receiver
Deebo
or he's a
Samuel
hybrid?
things alone. Stop
He's a
talking about
hybrid.
He's a
Deebo
different
Samuel.
animal.
So
Stop talking about.
Oh, he's
different animal.
different.
He is
He's
not
different.
No Deebo Samuel's nothing.
Man, hold on, bro. All right.
He is not Deebo
Deebo
Samuel's
Samuel is
nothing.
not a comp to
He ain't
Simi.
it.
Y'all see what that left side
At
does?
all.
He's
Law,
not a cop. I'm
Law
just being
wasn't
honest.
finished making his
Deebo
case. Can
Samuel
Law
came
finish
in
making
as
his
a
case,
call.
please?
Simi Fehoko
Can Law
Sorry,
please?
go
I'm not saying that the Cowboys need to use Simi like the 49ers use Deebo, but what they're
Right.
saying is
Just
that
say we won.
they're
Can
going
we
to
go to the next
present.
topic?
No, we
They're going
can't.
to present a hybrid look. Look, if Simi Fehoko, the tight end not only just line on end line, also the tight end
You said
is
S in
eligible
the
to
chat.
line in the backfield. Where does the H
chat
back?
saying receiver.
Big Game James. Where does the H back line up at?
Bro, he either lines up in that backfield or he can line up in line on the outside of that tight end. So you can still move him kind of like slottish, but he's blocking
That's what
still.
I'm saying. So
Is he not?
if I got Simi Fehoko line up in the backfield to run a wheel route out of that, would that be a nice draw up and play design?
Yes, it would.
And
But
the moment
does
the
he
team
have
shifts,
a role? You want that's a gadget and gimmick player, and that's why Deebo Samuel doesn't like that position. Because it's a gadget position.
But it worked.
He wants to play one position receiver where he can thrive. They have him as gadget. It's a gadget. You won't get Simi Fehoko on the field because you made him a gadget player, Law.
All right. So I'm gonna be fair on this. Everybody make their closing arguments on Simi being a hybrid tight end or just receiver. All right. That's fair, right? Uninterrupted. Closing arguments. Then we go put it to the chat. Then we'll move to the next topic. All right, that's cool.
We already won.
Wait a
I already
minute.
closed.
We already made the argument, boss Cowboy.
Already
I mean,
closed.
we can just keep on
I mean,
going
y'all
all
can't-
around the circle.
So,
Okay.
so,
Yeah,
so
we
you
Keep on going around and
All right, so
around.
this is what we gonna
So
do.
you didn't like Connor McGovern.
You first, OC.
You didn't like Connor McGovern. You didn't like Connor McGovern line up in the backfield as a fullback.
Was it a gadget?
I mean,
Do you want to see Connor McGovern on the
It was
field
a-
regularly every single play?
Did it work?
No, of course not. But I think we should make our closing arguments on this and then put it to a vote. All right, you first,
Chat say I
Big.
won. I won.
That's your closing argument?
Yes.
All right, cool. Your closing argument is OC?
Listen, boss Cowboy, it's just real simple. When you talk about, and I just want to speak a little bit to what Law said respectfully. When you talk about Samuels, you're talking about a guy that's around 6'1", that has the stocky frame. He has the frame to play wide receiver, slot, running back. It's a certain build, and it's also a certain twitch ability, right? Simi is a long strider. He's not a twitchy guy, right? And he's a guy that is going to basically make you miss in short areas, right? None of his tape says that. So to make him play, which he's never done in his life, on the NFL level, I just think does a disservice, and it's a waste of a potential talented player. And if we're talking about the chat boss Cowboy, I'm sorry, since I put the question out there, the overwhelming majority in the boss Cowboy chat has been Hades no. It has been hate no.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Okay.
Now, before you go into that point, who is bigger right now, Tony Pollard or Deebo Samuels? Who's bigger?
It's not
Bigger
Lord,
in
you can't do
frame
that.
in terms
You
of
can't do that,
Dog,
Law.
what I'm saying,
They don't know how to answer
questions.
We can see
God,
a
dog.
size.
Can y'all
Law,
answer
you
the
know, we
question?
see one text that are 320, and we seen other one text that are 320, and there's different 320s. There's that big 320 that can hold that double team, and there's that quick 320 like a Jay Ratliff.
off of
like,
your
might be
assessment, you
undersized.
can't line
There's
Tony
difference,
Pollard
and
into
you
the
know
slot. Tony
can't
can't play the slot.
Yes,
He
he can.
Yes, he played
Yes, he
receiver
can.
though.
Yes, he can.
He was playing receiver at Memphis. See, that's
So-
the difference. Simi Fehoko was never playing none of that. And he especially never played it in the NFL. Tony Pollard played receiver. They were trying to have him play receiver when he was coming into the league.
Right.
Did Debo play fullback? Did Debo play running back?
No.
What I'm saying is you got to utilize your weapons, and you start now during the off season. Look, if people crying about, hey, the Cowboys are not using Tony Pollard right, and I'm talking about using Tony Pollard in some hybrid looks. It looked like it's going to be 21 personnel. Then before the snap, Tony now is lined up in the slot. What you think that the opposing teams are going to do? You got some combination looks that now you can go with 22, 23 personnel.
Receiver,
22 personnel will look good right now. Boy, I'm telling you,
man.
all of those things.
I hear what you're saying, but Tony Pollard has always played receiver, so I'm not mad at that. You
can
put Tony
Debo
Pollard in the slot because we're mad and frustrated that you're not using him as that weapon because he played all those type of positions at Memphis. Simi Fehoko played receiver. That's it. For you to try to move him to an H-back tight end type, and you're going into the NFL, and you're going to switch that, and you've never played it before, and you came in as a receiver. They got other guys there. Now you become a gadget player, so we're not be able to see you where you could be on the field regularly. Now you're a gadget player because they're going to throw you in every couple plays. Now you're wasting the draft pick.
Is Tony Pollard a gadget player?
He could be. Yeah.
Yes. In part, yes.
I don't think he's a 20-carry guy.
In part, yes.
All right, so now it's my time to make my closing arguments.
Y'all crazy.
So
man.
check this. I'm finna close this out. I'm telling you, I'm finna close this out. This is the deal. Everybody that has an objection to this need to understand that Simi himself said that it's getting ready to happen.
Right.
Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. They already are moving that ball. But this is the other part that I want to say. If we were just talking about 2022, you guys are right. But we not. We talking about a guy that's on a 4-year contract. You get a chance to try to develop guys how you want to try to develop those guys that fit your team. And I'm open to it. Because I've seen it happen before. The receiver right now, I mean, for the Texans, one of their best weapons that has
Dallas, boss.
No, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about around the league. Hold on, real quick. I'm talking about. I'm making my closing arguments. I got to be able to make my closing arguments. I can't make my closing arguments with you talking. I can't. I can't, bro. Okay. I'm almost finished, though. I promise. I'm gonna turn it back. I'm almost finished. I know you're crunk though, but just check this out. It's already happening. 1, but 2. I'm almost finished, though. I promise. We also talking about a guy that if it can work, it's an automatic mismatch versus linebackers. That's why I'm open to it, and can be an automatic mismatch versus safeties, because you can use them as an offline tight end. He don't have to be in line. He don't.
There you go.
You know, you can use him at an offline tight end. He's registered as a tight end, which means you have to counter him likely with a safety or a linebacker. If they're creative, they will counter him with a big nickel. And how many teams have quality big nickels? So I'm just saying I'm open to it. Like, I'm not, and they already doing it. That's my closing argument.
That boy good. Come on, man. Come on.
The only thing you can go with is to say that they're already doing it. That's it.
Hey,
but
go check your Twitter, Boss Cowboy. I got the link.
Got you.
I got the link so we can hear the first part. Is like 1 minute.
I got you. Ooh,
but
don't tell me we got Exhibit A over here.
And Big Game James.
You brought us Exhibit A?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. No, the first one. Yeah, just play the first.
You can say what y'all want, but we're all been crying about Kellen Moore being this and that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just sit here and believe that we're going to get all set and all tricky. When I hear you talk about all these offenses, I hear you talk about other teams. I haven't seen Dallas get creative, okay? It's been stale. You've been saying it, boss, for how many years with this Kellen Moore, Linehan-ish, all this stuff that hasn't been getting creative. Now all of a sudden, I guess since it's lame duck season, now we're going to get super creative and make Simi Fehoko an H-back tight end, and he's going to be on all kind of mismatches. I'm not going to believe that.
They doing it. Although
I'm
they
not buying
can tell me they're doing it, but I need to see it. And I still think they're wasting their time with it, and I feel like it's not going to work. I am being pessimistic with this. I am.
My dog. That's my dog.
It's not going to work, in my opinion. So I'm going to stay pessimistic with it, and I think it's a waste of time.
Okay.
Let me keep it a buck with y'all, man. I'll buy that.
Y'all got two closing arguments. Cool.
No, listen.
That's cool.
No, listen. It's
you
no
play
closing
dirty.
arguments. It's not playing dirty.
Yes,
It's just
it
simply
is
doubling
dirty.
down on. No, it's not. It's doubling down on what we already said. And just the reality of
Then
this
it's
is
not.
that I don't
It's
believe
two
it's gonna work.
closing arguments. We supposed to be taking
I
a
don't
vote
believe-
right now.
I don't believe it's gonna work. Go ahead, get the vote.
We did
It's not
have
gonna-
the meetings and things like that. I think with all the things changing and everything, obviously I'll have a bigger role, I'd say, in the offense and special teams. I mean, talking with head coach McCarthy, he was talking and saying, potentially this year, you gain a little bit more weight and you be used more as like a hybrid tight end receiver type body, which I have no problem doing. Obviously, I played at a lot heavier weight in college, so then they made me lose weight here. So obviously gaining weight and playing at a higher weight won't be a problem.
So Simi was on one of.
Listen to me, but
Hey,
I mean, what does that prove to me?
You
What
can,
does that prove to me?
Boss, you can mute that video and just let that
I already
highlight
heard
loop
that.
go. Just let that highlight go. You
Just
can
let
video,
the-
though.
I already heard that interview a long
Let's
time
go.
ago.
Let's let.
5.3.
I've already heard that interview.
Let's let it
So
play.
that's not impressing me.
It's impressive to me, man, how you just closed
It's not
that
impressive.
argument so well, bro. You good job,
You didn't
Law.
close it. You closed it with something we already know they said.
Law, you killed
I
that, man.
I
That
like
was so
Simi.
good, Law.
I
No,
like
it wasn't.
Simi. I like Simi.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not
We'll
for Simi.
see. Nope.
I like Simi.
It's not gonna work.
I don't think this is for Simi. I do like Simi. I hope Simi does good. Okay, I like Simi.
I wish
Look
you
at
kept
Simi's
Simi at
legs.
So
receiver.
who's
and
your
we could see some
outside?
real
Once
good
again,
work, just like
so
what
CD Lamb is
the
your
OC was
outside
talking
receiver.
about the route you could do with him with his size. He's not going to be
Yes.
that guy that's going to be that burner, but you can hit him across in patterns. Like you can really work him as a receiver and really can make him one of those possession receivers that you're like, dang, Simi Fehoko, like you could really work him like that. You don't have to rock. Oh, let's build him up and let's do. You don't have to all of a sudden start making positions for people because you don't know what the hell to do.
I feel you though, big game James. But who's your slot guy? Who's your slot receiver right now? Who's your Z receiver and who's your X right now?
My slot guy.
Tolbert? Is it Jalen Tolbert?
Probably so.
Do you
He's
want
a rookie,
Jalen?
probably so.
Do you want Jalen to start on the outside?
I mean,
And
I want him to-
Washington
who else
in
do
the
you
I want him
have?
to
We're
inside?
gonna have
start
James
inside.
Washington starting out there.
I would rather
I want
have
him to
put
put
Washington
Washington
on the outside.
I'd rather have Washington on the inside and Jalen Tolbert on the outside. Keep it real.
So who's your big? Who's your X? Is Lamb your X?
Yeah. He's gonna be my main guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the winner is Law Nation and Boss Cowboy.
No, it's
man.
not.
We clearly won that, bro.
I'm done.
We clearly
I'm
won
done
that,
playing
dog.
this game.
Nah, bro.
No more games with y'all.
No, we clearly
No more
won that,
games
bro.
with y'all.
I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Y'all
We
my
clearly
boys.
won. You just used a 107 clip. We clearly won. He ain't never played a position.
The clip
You're
is
just making
facts.
We won.
He said he
What's
played
the clip?
heavier.
You're using
They
a
had made
clip.
him lose
We
weight.
went the argument. We even went with the chat and had the whole chat said no.
The chat. We educating the chat.
doesn't
That's why I
matter.
said.
We heard
That's why
what
we
they
said we
said,
needed
boss.
to
How many
finish
times
the
we
argument
heard-
before we vote.
How many times
Y'all
boss, have we
influenced
heard
the
you
jury.
say what they're going to do and they
No, we
don't
did.
do it?
You did. Y'all start trying to vote
No,
before
we
we
didn't.
finished our case. Here's
How
the
many
case
times have we
again,
heard it,
jury.
boss?
We did have the
Well-
meetings and things like that. I think with
Oh,
all
my
the things
gosh.
changing and everything,
Cut it
obviously I'll have
out. Cut it
bigger
out.
role,
Now
I'd
you're
say,
trying to
Turn it
influence the
in the
jury.
offense and
I supposed to.
See, that's what Boss trying to do. He trying to force his way.
He
to the
always
win.
No.
does. He
He's
tries
force
to
his way.
influence.
All right,
He's trying
No.
to force it.
I supposed
Force
to.
his
You
way.
do.
So
I
Big
know.
Game
Listen,
James,
we still
in
won.
the OC, do you prefer Simi to play on the outside or inside the slot?
I'd rather for Simi play inside.
And
That's what they
does the hybrid
saying.
tight end play?
Inside.
Bro, he is going to be, if you're talking about tight end, he's going to be do more blocking. He's going to be, if he's playing in the H-back role, he's going to be in that backfield. He's going to be blocking. He's not going to be catching the ball at that backfield every time. And then Kellen Moore is not tricky enough to where he's going to make it to where it's going to be disguised. And when the defense sees him back there, they'll be like, oh, we know this play.
That's you in the OC right now. Dead.
Okay.
Just died.
Okay. Hey,
Look, man.
hey,
Before
make
we
sure
even
you
got
come back to
before
this
we even got into
conversation, all right?
discussion,
Don't you
balls, I'm
run
not gonna
when
let
it
you do
ain't
this.
happening, okay?
Before we even got
Okay?
into discussion,
Make sure it
the
ain't
child was
happening. It ain't
saying no.
happening.
Yeah, because you called for the vote
No,
early.
before that, boss.
You manipulated the
Boss,
people.
that.
You're a manipulator.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Before I even
We
got into it, the
supposed
child
to
was saying no.
finish the case and then vote, but you wanted to vote early before. See, because it's a such thing as waiting till all the evidence come out. See, the law sent me the bullet, the smoking gun. See, once the people got the smoking gun,
we did have meetings and things like that. I think with all the things changing and everything, obviously I'll have a bigger role, I'd say, in the offense and in special teams. I mean, talking with head coach McCarthy, he was talking and saying, you know, potentially this year, you know, you gain a little bit more weight and you be used more as like a hybrid tight end receiver type.
You don't really got a role for him. So the coach, what do you think coach gonna say to him? And if you're a lame duck coach this year, feel me? And we think gonna say
potentially gain a little weight, Simi.
And see,
get a little stronger, Simi.
Go ahead and fall for it. Go ahead and fall for it, Boston Law.
No, y'all putting words in his mouth. He actually said he lost weight. This is the smoking gun. I want the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Don't let Big Game James and the OC persuade you.
All right,
let's listen to his own words.
We did have the meetings and things like that. I think with all the things changing and everything, obviously I'll have a bigger role, I'd say, in the offense and in special teams. I mean, talking with
offense
head
and
coach
special
McCarthy,
teams.
Saying, you know, potentially this year, you know, you gain a little bit more weight and you be used more as like a hybrid tight end receiver type body, which I have no problem doing. Obviously, I played at a lot heavier weight in college, so
he played what?
And we'll see how much you play.
Potentially.
No,
so
he
said
220,
222-ish last season. So a lot heavier, like
we'll see how much you get on the field, Simi, with that new H-back role, buddy.
And then this is the thing. They not go make him a traditional tight end. Y'all are literally fighting what y'all been saying y'all want. Y'all been saying, we want a fast tight end. We want somebody that's going to be able to really... Why are y'all not even open to this idea? I'm so disappointed.
Right now, likely to be better than Simi Fehoko right now, right?
Right.
Is
exactly.
Isaiah likely to be better than Simi right
now?
No.
And what is he listed at, Law?
I mean, let me pull up Isaiah stuff right quick. I don't have his measure.
Yeah, pull him up and it says tight end.
Because it's going to be another smoking gun. Because Law ain't doing nothing but pulling up some good evidence. Send it to me, Law.
He can pull up evidence all he wants.
Because that's all they do. Look how quiet the OC done got because he knew he lost.
Isaiah likely is 6 foot. They're the same size. Isaiah likely is Simi the same size.
I'm tired of fighting against
right, and he's
it's not that I lost.
So you calling Mike McCarthy foolish? You calling Mike McCarthy foolish? So you smarter than Mike McCarthy now.
Finish him.
I'm calling the ideal foolish. I didn't say Mike McCarthy.
So the ideal. So you saying that's
foolish? I'm calling Mike McCarthy foolish.
I'm smarter than that.
I'm saying he's foolish.
I'm smarter than that, boss. I didn't say Mike McCarthy was foolish. I said that this ideal is foolish. The ideal is foolish to take this guy who never plays. If you play him as a hybrid, it indicates that at some point he's going to be in or offline blocking, right? For him to be an H is block, okay, by definition. So you can say whatever you want, but if you make him an H, he's going to have plays where he's inline blocking, period, point blank, okay?
Let me ask you one more question, OC.
Now, did Finley started off as a wide receiver or a tight end? Jared Michael Finley. That was the guy that he did with the other
receiver.
What did Finley do, OC?
He killed it. He was a mismatch nightmare.
Do you remember how he
was a much bigger one. He was a 240 guy, Law. You know this. You're twisting it, Law. You're meddling, Law. I like it, though. But I'm saying you're meddling.
I almost got you.
Meddling with facts?
Look at that size.
220, Law. The feeling was 240, 245.
He came in
That's
at
a 20-pound
225,
difference.
Law.
Oh my
That's
God.
a 20-pound difference.
Simi Fehoko 225.
No, he ain't 225.
So-
He 232.
Man.
He 230.
Can we talk about
232.
something else? We already won. Can we
Okay,
talk about
listen.
something else? Can we
All right, let's talk about something else,
We
man.
won.
Because we
Let's
done.
talk about
All right,
We
now
won.
that
We smashed y'all.
now that
smashed
y'all have
y'all.
heard all the evidence without being manipulated by Big and the OC with an early vote,
You just
I want
manipulated
to
them
now
with-
hear your votes on this.
You
Are you at
manipulated
least
the people now
open?
because you played 107. That's manipulating the crowd.
That's the facts. We gave evidence.
We knew that from the
Facts is
beginning,
not
but you didn't play
manipulation. An early vote is manipulation. Facts
Okay.
is not. We had to present
right.
the facts. So now that the
right.
facts are out with evidence, now we want to go to the crowd and we want to ask the crowd, are you open? Not saying it's smart or dumb, are you at least open for him being a hybrid tight end / receiver, as he said?
I like how you just worded it. See, you tricky with your words, dog. You don't think I don't be knowing. You real tricky with your words.
How is that tricky when I'm saying what he
You
said?
know
I
what
said
you're
exactly
saying.
what
Be a
he
lawyer,
said,
boy.
dog.
No, he need to be a lawyer. Boss Cowboy
Listen.
need to be a lawyer.
Listen to what he said. Listen.
We did have
Next.
meetings and things like that. I think with all the things changing and everything,
Next.
obviously I'll have a bigger role, I'd say, in the offense and in special teams. I mean, talking with head
Offense
coach McCarthy, he
and
was
special
talking
teams.
and saying, potentially this year, you gain a little bit
I like
more
how
weight
they
and
do
you
special
be used
teams
more
in
as
there,
like a
so if you
hybrid
don't
tight
do
end
nothing on
receiver
offense, you
type.
can always play special teams.
See,
You
Big,
didn't catch
they
that,
can't
though, did you,
see.
boss?
See, they can't hear they can't hear what you talking over, big dog. See,
Uh-huh.
you slick. No, you
Nope.
slick. You calling me slick. You
Nope.
slick. Now listen,
Nope.
listen,
I'm
listen.
saying.
Can you give him at least 10 seconds, Big, just to finish?
No, we already heard this. We
We were
already heard
talking
it.
with
We heard your
head coach
argument.
McCarthy. He was talking and saying, potentially this year, you gain a little bit more weight and you be used more as like a hybrid tight end receiver type.
Ain't that what I said?
And play
Potentially
special-
this
play
year.
Play,
But
play
but
more special
that's what I
teams, too.
said. I said
Play more
potentially a
more
hybrid
special
tight end and receiver,
special
which is what he said.
Let me look up.
Play more special teams.
Let me go
All right.
look up Jeremichael Finley.
that, too.
Oh
No,
Lord.
we ain't looking up
Lord.
the
I'm
next.
just looking up his stats, man.
We
I ain't
done.
doing nothing else, man.
Oh,
Just looking
No,
up the stats.
man. Nah. Y'all lost. It's over.
No, Big.
Yeah, we did.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's all fake news. It's phony
Yeah,
stuff.
you're fake.
please.
It didn't happen.
Next.
Next
Won.
topic,
Everybody
please.
said it. We won. Everybody said we won. Next.
Next.
No, I
next
ain't saying
topic,
no. The
please.
chat ain't saying that. I
Let
said
it go, boss.
the chat is
I know you
different.
don't like to lose, dog. No,
All right,
it's not.
cool. All right, so this. All right, okay. We can talk about a couple of things. All right, so because I see we won. I see most of the people saying,
Yeah, we won.
No,
we
you
won.
didn't.
No,
No,
you didn't.
he didn't.
"No, man, we clearly won."
No, you
I'm
didn't.
looking at it. I'm looking at it, dog. How y'all gonna tell me? And everybody
I'm
basically
looking at
saying they open to the idea, bro. And I'm
That's how
seeing
you
people
just
clearly
worded it.
saying, "Boss Cowboy, Law Nation
said-
won." I'm looking right at it.
Hey,
No,
Big
they're
Game
not.
James
Yeah,
and
you
OC.
just kept talking until you got a couple people agree with you. That's all you did. Just kept on talking.
How many
That's all you
wide
did.
receivers they keeping?
That's all you
How many
did.
wide receivers they keeping? They keeping 5 or 6.
It's going to be between 5 or 6. We got to see how the camp runs out. We got to see
Yeah,
what
we
Michael
don't know
Gallup's
that.
injuries looking like. We don't know that.
Well,
you can't call that this early.
You know good. And
Yeah, we
oh,
know
you
that.
know
That's
that Noah
always-
Brown gonna
You
get
know
cut.
it's always going to be 5 to 6.
You know
Law.
Noah-
You
you
know
know-
it's always going to be 5 to 6.
Noah Brown is a solid. He ain't going nowhere. CD Lamb, he ain't going nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's count this. Jalen
Yeah.
Tolbert, that's
You don't
3.
know James Washington. His
3.
spot ain't guaranteed.
3.
He ain't got no big contract.
Oh,
James Washington.
James Washington.
You ain't counting him. His contract is not big, so you can cut him.
Oh, come on, Big. Keep going, Law. Keep
Oh,
going. No,
come
Law, keep
on.
going. Keep going. Keep
You
counting, bro.
lost me for a second. I lost my number. Hold on.
Use that 4, dog, with James Washington. I'm keeping up, dog. I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up, dog. Use that 4 with James Washington.
Lamb.
Boy, that boy
Okay.
Big is tricky. Big, you
was
smart.
smart, man. He threw me off, man.
He's smart, dog.
Lamb is office furniture. Gallup
1.
is office furniture.
2.
Tolbert,
James Washington.
Tolbert is office
3.
furniture. That's 3.
Yep. 3. Yep.
Washington Noah
4.
Brown.
He
5.
said it real slow. He don't believe it.
Sheesh.
Go ahead.
We got 6. We got one more.
That's Noah Brown. So that would what? You're 5, and that's what we're doing.
Simi Fehoko.
That's 6.
Yeah.
Simi Fehoko. So that's 6.
These undrafted guys, they're gonna have to do something dynamic.
Well, if we're gonna keep
going
talking about
6.
undrafted guys making the roster, Dallas is in trouble.
Say it again.
Nah.
If you go
Nah,
with
we
Sam, you go
good.
with
Yes,
Sam,
we
it just
are.
depends.
If we
But-
keep talking about all these undrafted players and these undrafted players are making roster, that's not a good thing, is it?
Well,
They were
these
undrafted
boys
for
can
a
play.
reason.
No. Still was undrafted
stop
and he
it.
balled. Now, Terry can
And that's not
Terry
every
can play,
player.
bro.
You're taking like
Drummond.
one out of
Yeah.
bro.
Terry can
You're
play.
talking about one out of how many players that make it and they're undrafted. Stop.
See, it get
All right,
difficult.
so-
I can't wait till us do our Final 53 show, man. Cause it's gonna be off the chain.
Ooh, this gonna be
I
some.
can't wait either.
Yeah, because
And when we say
it's gonna be so easy to win that
And you
fight.
gotta
Even
keep
not a
Simi
tight end,
and
was it?
Simi Fehoko gonna be on there.
Right.
Yeah, receiver. Yeah, it's James Washington still because his contract ain't big, and if he don't show in camp, you can easily cut him. Correct, and it's not gonna hurt you nothing on the cap, is it?
So it's one thing that I love you did a show on, Law, and we go switch the topic real quick. You was talking about the team with the QB under the most pressure. I want us to take that topic. It's on Law Nation page. I'm gonna show my boy page real quick, and then obviously you can kick it off, and then we go kind of go through that. That's gonna probably open up another debate with Dak because I know Big, he been swinging lately, bro. My boy Big. My dog Big.
Big AJ.
My dog Big been letting boys have it.
Big AJ had like 40, 50 people. The Big AJ's people in my chat every day. Big AJ was right, man. He telling you the truth, Law.
I'm
That's
telling
how I
you,
follow
boy,
Big AJ. See, the Big AJ's ain't soft like you, Law.
Yo, wow, it's crazy.
They be
bro,
fighting. Hey,
Big
they be
AJ
fighting.
got reach,
Hey,
man. They on my Instagram.
man,
they
he
on
got
my
reach,
Facebook,
dog.
They
Say,
on my Twitter.
No, I don't. I ain't
oh
got
man,
nothing like
yeah,
y'all.
no,
I
you
just,
got
know,
reach, big
Big
dog.
AJ,
You
you
got
got
like
reach,
y'all,
man.
you got clout.
But you know what though? But for real though, and I feel like OC is feeling me on this. Maybe not all the way, but OC is feeling me. And I ain't trying to even have him tag team, but it's real what I'm saying about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It
is.
ain't
That's
real,
a whole
dog. Come
nother-
on,
It
it ain't real.
too.
Stop.
It is too.
He said Big
It
AJ
is
said
too.
Stafford is
Man,
better than
bro,
Dak, and
I
Dak.
don't wanna hear that.
If Big AJ said Stafford is
He's a
better
better
than Dak.
natural throwing quarterback than Dak, and you know it too. So don't go there with me. Don't go there with
So
me.
okay, let's first
Don't go
talk
there
about
with
this.
me.
Then we gonna bring up Dak because I knew we was gonna fight about Dak. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be a round two on this. All right, so real quick, who got more pressure on them?
Dak.
Hurts.
Oh, go.
Because I'm looking at Law page. I'm looking at your page, Law. All right, so let me go to your page. So we got your page up, and his latest video, the team QB under the most pressure. That's his latest show, and he got 3 people up here on his thumbnail: Hurts, Aaron, Dak. Who got the most pressure? Hurts. Yeah. Hurts clearly got the most pressure.
He do. Shoot.
Hurts got all those weapons added to him. You
And
got
he's
a
on a
ball,
contract.
buddy,
He's
or
on a
you're
contract
out.
watch. Yeah, because they went and got that extra first round pick for next year.
Right.
So that's why they did it.
Yeah.
So they loaded up for next year just in case he falls. They got that extra first round pick to go get that quarterback they want. So
Right.
they did that on purpose and calculated. So this is his. You're right. I agree with him having the most pressure because they're clearly saying if you don't do it this year, you're not our guy. We're moving on.
Right. I saw you thinking, OC. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, he's underneath pressure because of the decisions that the organization has made to try to set him up. Okay,
Set him
that's
up.
what I think hurts. But to set him up for success is what I'm saying.
Okay. Gotcha.
Talking about hurts.
Gotcha.
But systemically, because of the culture and because of the team, I would say Dak Prescott is underneath more pressure because of the culture of Cowboy football and the reputation of Cowboy football. That if he looks not to be pretty fantastic first half of the season, everybody for Dak Prescott's head. Because we still have an old guard that was never in favor of Dak Prescott getting the huge extension that he got. So I would say fundamentally that Jalen Hurts is underneath the most pressure fundamentally, but overall, systemically, Dak Prescott will be underneath.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
That was straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Yeah. Down.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
That was
That's the whole truth and nothing but
the truth. Yes.
I think
Especially
that pressure.
with Amari Cooper being gone, because remember, Amari Cooper being his safety net. Remember, his people will now say, because remember, Dak struggled. Let's keep it real. Dak was struggling before Amari Cooper came, and then Amari Cooper came, and you saw how the change. Now Amari Cooper is gone. Now you got CeeDee Lamb. Now people are saying, well, now you ain't got Cooper. They're going to watch because they're going to feel like, he did lose some weapons. So we're going to see. And I mean, OC is right. He's has that constant pressure on him because that fan base, there's a lot of the fan base never wanted him as a quarterback anyway.
Check this out, Big. Let me do a little pushback on you. This came from Big Sarge, but this is a very good point. I want to kick this back to you and then Law. He said Dak has no pressure from the team. He's only under pressure from the fans. What's your thoughts?
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too.
I disagree because I feel like Stephen Jones is watching that contract, and I definitely feel Stephen Jones is looking at his contract, and you got Dak got a couple more years. They already did the restructure, right? Right. See, they already did the setup. Setup is coming, man. Y'all, you ain't listening to Stephen Jones. We said when he had that interview, he said we look years upon years upon years on in the future contracts. We look years ahead. That's what Stephen Jones said out of his mouth. So I can guarantee you, Stephen Jones, and I told you, boss, and you said no. I said I didn't believe Stephen Jones all the way believed in Dak Prescott. That's why he was always crying about him. They already did the restructure on him. So if they did that restructure on him and he ain't won another few more years, you don't think it's not going to be a thing for them to let him go? Huh?
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback just off something there, just real quick before y'all jump, and then I'm done. Just real quick. Here's the thing too, and here's the other dynamic that we haven't discussed about this that I think is really important. That what's gonna make or break Dak Prescott is Kellen Moore.
Thank you.
What's gonna make or break Dak Prescott is Kellen Moore.
Hold on, real quick, OC. Just can you pause for 1 second? I got to do something real quick.
And I'll tell you why, and then I'll kick it to Law because I know Law got a lot to say about this. But if Kellen Moore is not smart about his play calling and smart about letting the continuity of that new receiver core, because pretty much you have a new receiver core. If he doesn't let the continuity of that receiver core form before fall down the field too much in the first part of the season, Dak is not going to look good because they're not going to be in sync. They're going to need time, and they're going to need to establish the run game, and they're going to need to let Dak play action and not just go open up spread and expect great performances the first 3 to 4 games of the year. So if Kellen Moore forces that issue, Dak is not going to look as good. But if he allows this thing to cook a little bit,
Oh, see, I didn't mean to cut you off, but listen, isn't that falling into what I'm saying too? Because listen to Stephen Jones. Did anybody jump on Kellen Moore this year, right? And who was the one? Remember what I said, boss?
Yes.
Who was the one that said, I love Kellen Moore.
Yep.
So we're bringing him back, right? So doesn't that more validate what I'm saying, that it's going to be Stephen Jones? Because he loves Kellen Moore. So if Kellen Moore is not putting Dak in the right position, who's going to catch the fall? Is it going to be Kellen or is it going to be Dak?
No.
From Stephen Jones.
That's good stuff, though, Cowboys. Big game, James, and the OC. But even with Kellen Moore mishaps, in 2020, the team was still ranked top 10 in offense, and that's with Garrett, Gilbert, Ben DiNucci, and, of course, Andy Dalton throwing the ball. So I'm quite sure that even going into this year without Cooper, that this team would still be a top 5 offense with Dak Prescott under center. Now, here's the thing. Where the onus fall on Dak Prescott if he don't get the pressure. The pressure's always there. The expectation is always high in Dallas land, and you can't come down from that expectation. Keep in mind, Big Game James, as much as we are crying about Dak Prescott collectively not hitting the marker of getting into the playoff and winning multiple playoff games and beyond, it's been 13 years since the Green Bay Packers done won another Super Bowl or been in the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. And their expectations of them is, hey, man, we the Green Bay Packers. We got the greatest quarterback of all time. And as far as their organization, we are expecting Dak Prescott to do something that he couldn't even do with the 3rd-ranked defense and the 6th overall offense against the 49ers in the playoff at home. So here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, the money is already guaranteed. Do y'all understand that? The money is already guaranteed. So Dak Prescott, he shouldn't be worried about Stephen Jones or what have you. He got a no-trade clause, which his agency wrote up, which you can't move him, and he got a no-franchise tag clause. And I'm quite sure the next run-around with quarterbacks in the year 2024, the NFL signed $111 billion. That's with a couple of B's in it.
Why you think they did that, Law? Why you think they put that in that contract, that Law?
That means the Dak Prescott agency, they won. They beat the Jones family in that
I know
particular
they did.
language of the contract.
Right, they did, and they were smart in doing that. You know why? Because they ain't what I don't feel like Stephen Jones was really believing, so he had to basically pull him like that. And it was almost kind of like the situation like the way Ezekiel Elliott did it, where he had to put his foot all the way in the ground and not move. For them to say, okay, he had to do it that way. He had to, because they weren't trying to mess with him like that.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky.
Hey, I gotta jump in. I gotta jump in, dog.
The Jones family took 2 L's
through the building. Is Dak Prescott our guy? Is Dak our guy? That's true. That's true.
Right? But they still took an L because that contract is guaranteed, and right now Dak Prescott is office furniture.
I'm glad they took the L. I'm glad they took the L.
Hey.
But what I'm saying is, he's still.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna say this. I changed my mind watching this debate. The pressure's on Dak. Yeah.
How?
I totally agree with the OC and Big. I just listening to him.
Hold on, boss. How is the pressure on him? I know you finna explain. Now the expectation is on Dak. The pressure is not. The pressure was when he was playing with no money and he got his compound ankle snapped all the way up, and then the Jones family
Dak
still
definitely has pressure.
Pressure from the fans, but not pressure from himself. He's
Nah,
already got
and
it.
good point, Law.
You don't think he don't have pressure from the organization, Law?
Yeah,
Dog.
he got pressure from the organization.
Cut it out.
And this is
hella
pressure.
He's still gonna get the money.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that. Let me explain why I think they right.
The expectation.
Yeah, and it's not just from the fans. It's also how the mainstream media mixed with the local media is going to always put unrealistic expectations on our quarterback, which also gives the Joneses cover. I think the OC and Big are right. And it's not fair, because what are they saying? Dak didn't play his best game in the playoffs. But Mahomes didn't neither. Aaron didn't neither. But what are they calling them? The GOAT. Right? And they both stink way worse than Dak in their playoff loss. But it's because of the expectation, and it's the cover, in my opinion, that the mainstream media going to do. They're going to embellish the frailties of Dak. Where he's human, they going to try to make it seem like, other quarterbacks carry teams. You know what I mean? And they're gonna create these illusions that he's not as good. And the Joneses want all the leverage to be able to manipulate. Maybe not next year, maybe not the year after that, but there is pressure and more pressure on our quarterback.
Hey, boss Cowboy, you got to name the players.
And the more listen, Law, the more failure that happens for him, it's gonna be worse for him.
Yep,
no doubt.
I see it.
If they go to these playoffs again and lose, that's ammo they're gonna use. They're gonna use that ammo the same way they pumping up Dak in this media. Stephen Jones saying, "Oh, we think the world of Dak." Man, I don't listen. He's a liar, bro. But he's a liar.
Let me say this. I got to.
He's a liar.
Everybody in the chat saying, "Well, they all the quarterbacks that Boss Cowboy mentioned, they all have rings." But Boss, can you go down the list of guys that don't have rings, that don't have the same expectation nor pressure?
Oh, man.
Can you start talking about the car and all of those other guys? Can you just list them right quick?
Herbert, you know what I'm saying? Because the same people that's saying that they all anointed Herbert way too early.
Think Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback, boss?
He is, but goddamn, they get. Excuse me, God, I didn't mean to curse, but look how they treated Dak versus Herbert. When Herbert broke off,
let me get a real comment.
Hold on, let me finish. OC, just okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish, bro.
Just real quick. I'm gonna be quick with this because they anointed Herbert after 1 year. Dak got the same awards and broke more rookie records and more all-time records. And they said for 3 years, we got to wait and see. We got to give Dak. We got to make sure that rookie year wasn't a fluke. They didn't do that to Herbert. They went ahead and anointed him. Yeah. And then when Herbert's team fell off a cliff, the second half of the team, everybody is still keeping Herbert up there as if he is God. But with Dak, they say the opposite. Why didn't Dak carry them? Why Dak can't carry a team? He's supposed to be able to put the whole team, coaches, defense on his back when nobody does.
Listen, I mean, this is just how I feel about it. I agree with you saying about that, boss, with Herbert. Like, I agree with that argument you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But I just think Herbert's a naturally better quarterback than Dak.
Yeah.
Naturally. And I think that's why, listen, I feel like that's why he gets more of a pass, because they feel like, you know what it is, boss. You played the sport and you played the game. And you probably play with some players who like, he's pretty good, right? But you probably need stuff around him, right? Right? And you also seen, boss, or probably coached, where you seen some quarterbacks or players are like, man, he nice. You're going to always give him kind of the benefit of the doubt because of that ability. Is that not right?
Yeah, I mean, Herbert has retarded ability. Like, I can't fight that. Right? I mean, the dude is nice. Like, and listen, and everybody know I was high on Herbert before everybody. You know what I mean? I had him as my top 2. I had him as my number 1 in the Boss Cowboy God all the way up into the national championship. That's when I switched to Burrow. Because then I saw Burrow playing under pressure. But still, though, performance is performance. I don't care about arm talent and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Peyton Manning had more arm talent easily than Brady. But who was winning and who was performing? Brady. So we got to judge performance at some time instead of all this upside bull crap that we do for certain people. You know what I mean?
But
it's like,
Peyton Manning, don't do that, boss, because Peyton Manning was not one of those natural great throwing quarterbacks. They said he had to be intellectually, because he wasn't physically gifted like some of those other guys. So he had to intellectually. That's why he was so good, because his intellectual part of the game, he had to go above and beyond. We've seen players like that. We've seen players who go above and beyond that type of realm to be good, because they know if they don't, they're going to be regular. And this is what I say about Dak. Just my opinion. And don't take my love from Dak. People want to start getting mad at me because, oh, you hate that. No, I don't. But this is what I feel. when Dak got hurt with that injury, right, with the calf, you know, when Dak was doing his twist thing, right? Hold on. When he's doing his twist thing, right? He couldn't do it because he was hurt, right? Dak Prescott is the type of quarterback, in my opinion, he always has to stay honing his craft. He always going to have to stay on. He's always going to stay practicing. He's always got to stay to get better because he doesn't have that natural talent. So he has to do that. You see other quarterbacks, they don't have to do it because they're more naturally gifted. I feel like Dak does. He's 28 years old now, and I'm not hating on him. But when I see some of the stuff that was written about him when he came out of college and even in the beginning, he's still doing those things after all these years. And they're things he should be moved past from, in my opinion, as far as throwing the ball. I'm like, okay, this is what he is. So we just need to make sure you get other players around him to continue to make the team great. Because I feel like if it got tough sometimes, he may not be able to win that game. That's not saying that you hate the player. It's just saying this is what he is.
Well,
now I'm gonna disagree a little bit, big, because we've seen Dak Prescott win a lot of big games.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying he can't win games, OC.
No, you finna fight him. Don't try to get out this fight now.
I ain't trying to punch you, big. I ain't trying to punch you, big. Don't let that you up. But what I am saying is that he did lead the league in comebacks. He was like top 3 in fourth quarter comebacks, right? His first like 4 years in the league. So
Actually,
I
top
think
2.
that a lot of times,
Top 2.
top 3 or top 2. Yeah, so
top 2.
Don't give Dak enough credit. Top 2, okay, excuse me. We don't give Dak enough credit sometimes for the good things he has done. Yes, he's not that sexy Lambo. You know what I mean? He ain't that sexy Lambo.
Yes, he is.
But he's a real good Porsche. You know what I'm saying? No. He's not
credit.
in terms of
I'm
physical giftedness. In terms of physical giftedness. I'm talking about what Big is talking about. Because Big is really talking about just raw physical giftedness, right? And you can win in the NFL a lot of ways without a raw physical giftedness. And so I get your point about if you're comparing him to like a Herbert or you comparing him to like an Aaron Rodgers, right? I get it. But I will say that when given the opportunity, a lot of these games, man, Dak Prescott has come back and won, just in fairness to him.
Okay, well, can you agree with me with this, that he does have to stay honing on his craft like when he's doing the exercise in the game? Can you agree with that?
Yeah, Drew Brees needed to as well. Drew Brees used to do the same thing. That's where he get it from.
Drew Brees didn't have the strongest arm neither.
Yeah, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Some cats need Viagra, some cats don't.
You heard me loud. But you're not going to what you said though, big game, James. But like you said with your whole point, we don't know what look. If we go back into the past, we don't know what Peyton Manning would have looked like without Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, without Edge, and of course without Joseph Badai.
Peyton Manning was a choker. I said that.
Right. This is what
Peyton
I'm saying.
Manning was a choker.
But what he's revealed as
was
now,
a choker.
He didn't win his first Super Bowl until 8th to 9th year.
And defense he won, right?
Say what?
You seen he couldn't really carry a team. That's why I said a lot of times Peyton Manning was overrated to me in eyes, and people would get mad at me because he was always choking. For real. Yeah. And he didn't win until he got over to Denver and got a defense because he was hella choking. And even when he won that Super Bowl, he got benched for Brock Osweiler.
Well, he did win one with the coach, but they had to put the defense around him with Bob Sanders and all of those other boys.
But you get what I'm saying?
I feel exactly what you're saying.
A lot of times when they had to put it on Peyton, when they really had to put it on Peyton, he'd be choking.
That's what I'm saying. Now, here's what I'm saying with Dak Prescott. If they give that longitude and latitude for Peyton Manning, why not give it for Dak Prescott? Let's continue to have those weapons.
I don't believe that organization believed in him like that organization believed in Peyton Manning. He was a number 1 or number 2 overall pick. That was picked in the 4th, and they're going to continue to use that against him.
True that.
But hypocrisy is not right.
I know.
But here's my angle though. Here's my angle. Everybody said that Dak Prescott wasn't Dak Prescott until they got Amari Cooper. We don't know what the hell Justin Herbert would look like without Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. We don't know we don't know what old boy Joe Burrows would look like without T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So it goes both ways. And of course, Joe Mixon for that particular team had a collective of 16 touchdowns for the Cincinnati. Yes, they had a horrid offensive line, but people dismiss what was also presented out there for those other teams. And now when we finally got an Amari Cooper, yes, he was here for 3 years or what have you, and it was a struggle after this first year because they was ready to move on from him from there. And I don't want to hear the angle of, hey, Dak Prescott had Dez Bryant, but that was on his Dez Bryant way out. We had an old man, Jason Witten, on his way out. So we pretend to look at this team and think just like even when you go back and talk about the Chiefs. I get it. Pat Mahomes is a brilliant thrower of the ball. But damn it, it's really good when you have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Oh, and excuse me, you have Andy Reid. I wonder what Pat Mahomes would have looked like with Jason Garrett and the cast of characters that we had over here.
You're right. He wouldn't be the player. But you still would see that talent. But you would see him struggle because of the coaching. But you would still see that talent. Can you not agree with that?
I do agree with that. Pat Mahomes can throw that ball really good. He can throw the skin
right,
off
dog.
Of it.
Like we could see different coaching can mess up a career and things of that nature. But just like when you said Justin Herbert, you'd like to see him if he didn't. I understand that. But you know his talent. His talent was still, you know what I mean? His talent was, you would still give it a chance because that talent that he has can really kind of make another player better. Now, I'm not saying Dak doesn't make players better as far as his leadership and things of that nature. I think that's his top quality more than his athletic quarterbacking. That leadership, along with his quarterbacking, is what makes him really good. But I still feel like you got to have things around him. And I just feel like from what we've seen in 2019, when I seen him throw to almost 5,000 yards, I feel like he has peaked. So you now need to continue to get things around him to make this team get to that next level. That's just what I'm saying.
All right, check this.
I just feel like he's not carrying the team by himself. I just don't feel like he's doing that.
And no quarterback can. See, check this out. This is the standard that's not fair to Dak. Before 2021, this was Dak's performances in the fourth quarter and overtime. Bro, how much better can you be than this? You can't, bro. And we still saying he need to carry teams and close our games better. You can't close better than this, bro. And then we was debating Matthew Stafford, right? What was Matthew Stafford before, like Law said last week, before he had that number one defense? His winning percentage was dookie dog boo boo bad.
Anybody playing in Detroit would suck.
But I'm just saying, now they saying he more talented, he better than Dak.
Listen to that though, boss. You feel me?
No, I'm just saying though, like every quarterback,
quarterback-wise, I don't think mentally, I don't think the mental game, I think that team helped him because he got those players. You're right. He got that defense. You're right. But he had that physical talent already. That's what I'm talking about, the difference with him.
Yeah,
I still feel like he's a physically gifted, better quarterback.
But Matthew Stafford,
I will say that.
But Matthew Stafford then is no different than Dak. If Dak need everything to be perfect, then so did Matthew Stafford.
All I said was when we talked about that comparison, I said physically gifted quarterback. I didn't say he was a better quarterback. I said physically gifted throwing the ball. Yes, he is better than Dak.
Okay. Well, all I know is the narrative that Dak need to carry the teams up until 2021, it never should have been said because nobody could close out better. Nobody in the league was better at closing. Nobody. He was the best in the fourth quarter and overtime. So in 2021, we all of a sudden just like he can't get no better. Yeah, he likely can because he was close to perfect in closing out. So I don't think we need to be looking at Dak, honestly, man. I think we need to be looking around Dak, in my opinion. I don't think Dak is the problem, just to be all the way honest. I think it's a whole lot more problems other than Dak. I think the number one problem, to be all the way honest, is Kellen freaking Moore. Because I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm done. And we can go right into the final word.
In my opinion,
check this out. Check this out.
To continue to build around him.
Check this out. Now hold on, Big. Let me make this one case, and I promise you I'm done.
Me and OC was talking about.
Big, let me make this one point, because I promise you I'm almost finished. I promise you I'm almost finished.
Good. Go ahead.
So, man, I forgot. Go ahead. Man, you made me forget, dog. You made me forget, dog. Damn you.
I ain't saying nothing.
You made me forget, dog.
Let me get this point.
Oh, God, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
I done did that too.
Yeah, man. But it was the tip of my tongue. It was good.
It was fine. Right. As soon as we're done, you're gonna remember it.
Y'all know.
The end button. You're gonna be.
God, man, come on, man, get that point, man. Come on, find it, research it, man. Up, down, down. It's up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Come on, man.
Hey, can I give a shout out right quick?
Go, yeah.
Can you give a shout out?
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to Aaliyah Weston. That's my girl's youngest one. I'm gonna give her a big shout out. This is her first year playing any kind of sport. She's playing softball this year. This is her first year, and I watched the game, and they got smashed the first game, and I went to this game right after work, did 10 hours watching it. They were, it was 3-2, and I left. I was like, man, I got to get back. I got to do my show. I got to take a shower, whatever. My girl hit me up, told me they tied it up, and then she hit the last hit, knocked them in. She did the RBI, got them in. They won 5-4. They won the first game of the year, and it was because of her. So shout out to Aaliyah Weston. Great job.
Congratulations.
My little girl. Appreciate you. You killed it out there. Never ever playing the sport and hitting them like never played it in her life. So and we both said that softball was going to be her sport. So I just want to give her a big shout out for her great job today. And she's only 8 years old, by the way.
Oh wow. I remember my point now.
See? I helped
Thank you, Law. You did. I mean, you did, Big. I got it. I remember. This was the key point, and I'm done. We can go right into the final words.
All right.
Kellen Moore was specifically called out by 5 Hall of Famers. He was called out specifically by name by the playmaker, Aikman, Jimmy Johnson, Emmitt Smith, and if you want to go outside of the Cowboy Hall of Fame guys, Kurt Warner did a video, and the front office said nothing. And to your point, what you said, Big, I like Kellen, so we are bringing him back. I think it's super unfair to Dak. I think this system is pathetic that we didn't target and will not target playmakers. I feel sorry for CeeDee Lamb in the system. I think he's going to have 1 year of a lot of targets. I think it's going to be 2022, and they going to do the same thing to him that they did to Cooper.
That was coming.
So that's why I'm saying Dak is good. If you put Dak in Kansas City, or if you put Dak with the Chargers, if you put Dak with real OCs, bruh, Dak go ball.
So that this goes back to show that this organization is dysfunctional, dog.
Yep.
And that's why I don't get excited about this season or whatever, dog, because that's dysfunction. Because you're just saying that Dak can leave, and I think he could go win. I still feel like he's been peaked, but I feel like if he went to another OC or another organization that really fully backed him and the fans backed him, I bet he would win a couple championships because it would be different. See, this organization is dysfunctional, and that's just the truth of it. That's what it is, and that's why this organization, and that's why we don't win. And it's frustrating. And I get tired of it, dog. That's why I'm not jumping up saying, oh, 2020 is going to be a good year. No, I'm not. I'm going to say the exact opposite. I don't care what people say about it. I don't care how they feel about it, because I'm allowed to say it. Because guess what? It's just like if I was married to somebody who was not doing whatever as the good woman, or I wasn't a good husband for 25 years. Then all of a sudden, 1 year I started being this good, great husband, or this wife, my woman started to be a great wife to me. I'm going to be doubting the whole daggone time. Anytime she do anything wrong a little bit, I'm be like, oh, you doing that again? And she going to be like, you can't believe in me? I'm be like, why should I? For 25 years, you was doing this, huh? So any little tiny thing she going to do, I'm going to always doubt, because they put it there. And they doing the dysfunction. I didn't want to believe this dysfunction, but they're doing it. So I'm not excited. And we've seen all this drama, and all of a sudden we're supposed to rise above this adversity and do all this. And we're talking about Kellen Moore is not in the system this is not the best system for Dak, the way to do it, Kellen Moore. So what makes me think this is going to be all of a sudden some great year when they had the opportunity and they failed again? So I'm going to sit there believe that this is going to be some great season from the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry. I'm going to be that guy. I'm sorry. I love my team, but I'm not believing this crap. That's my final word. Early.
Okay.
Sorry.
That boy said early final word.
I'll jump in and give mine real quick. So look, man, here's my final word. Do not put Simi at H-back, okay? I don't think it's a good idea.
Man,
okay?
say, bro. Say, man, you just.
My final word. You can't do that. It's my final word. That's unfair. You're being prideful, boss cowboy.
We're going to rewind.
All right, rewind. Before I rewind, and I'm not gonna do it. I promise. I ain't gonna cut you off.
Okay,
now go ahead.
Okay, and so I'm gonna say the same thing again. Do not put Simi Fehoko at H-back. Leave that poor wide receiver. I think that you got other players that you could experiment with that on. I think that's why you drafted Ferguson. He could be an H. He can catch adequately if you use him in a passing game. I also think that if you're looking at this thing in terms of Dak Prescott, I think that the best thing that can happen to Dak Prescott is for our draft picks, Tyler in particular, to come out and to play very, very well, which can put the onus on Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard for us to line up with a lot of confidence and run the ball as we get our receivers used to playing together and get them acclimated. I think that's the best possible thing that can happen to Dak Prescott, at least the first 4 years. If we can do that, Dak will be in good shape. I don't like the ideal of run and gun. I hope they don't do that and put that narrative on Dak Prescott if we haven't had the gelling of a young wide receiver coming out these first few games. That's my final word.
Low key, the internet hated on your final word.
I know, I saw it. I saw it, man. I saw it.
The internet said, okay, I won't get the final word. But that was a good one.
Yeah.
No, it was your,
so
your
here
turn,
we go.
Go ahead.
I got you. No, I got you, bro. So I got 2 final words.
Oh, here we go.
Number 1, OC, do you remember when I warned and I said that this organization, I feared that we was going to get rid of Cooper?
Yes.
And you remember you said that you felt like it was a different regime during that time and that they wasn't playing the politics like they was in the past. Remember that?
Yes.
I got a similar feeling with Kellen Moore. But this time, I think it's going to be for the running backs. I think Steven and Jerry has proven, and Mike McCarthy talked about, that they love to meddle and they think about big picture stuff, right? So they brought up day 3 of the draft running backs, and they talked about Zeke's money. So I'm already gearing up, and I'm scared as hell that we literally got Tyler Smith, who is a natural fit at run blocking, and I don't think we go run the ball. I don't, bro. I think we go air it out. And I think it's going to be to devalue Pollard and to not pay Zeke, bruh. I think we go see Cooper again, but in running back. Just like Cooper was under targeted, I think you finna see a whole major reduction, even more in the usage of Pollard and in the usage of Zeke. And I think we go win, but it's gonna be some hard wins, and we go be closer to 8-8 if we do that. That's what I really, honest to gut, feel, because we are not addressing the cultural problems that stems from the front office. We drunk on the draft, which I'm cool with, but I'm telling you, if we don't run the ball behind Tyler Smith with his massive run grade, I'm gonna lose my mind. You go see me going crazy by week 3. I promise you that. I promise. I'm gonna be losing my mind. If we got that dude being a dancing bear, I'm gonna go crazy. My other final word.
We did have the meetings and things like that. I think with all the things changing and everything, obviously I'll have a bigger role, I'd say, in the offense and special teams. I mean, talking with head coach McCarthy, he was talking and saying, you know, potentially this year, you know, you gain a little bit more weight and you be used more as like a hybrid tight end receiver type body, which I have no problem doing, obviously.
All right. So my other. First of all, great music, Law. Law had the best music when he be having his breakdowns, the best music. But
wow, 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 wow.
Oh man, come on, stop, bro. Hey, we kept the promise. We said we was gonna fight today. We were fighting, boy. Everybody was fighting. It was man, God dog. Can we all be friends at the end? But I would just say I'm open to it. I'm open. I know it's a long shot for him to make that transition. I don't think it'll be a good transition even next year, but I'm open for it. And I think you, Big, and OC should as well. That's my final word.
Wow. Right in the jaw.
I won't.
Jerry, no. I was going to hit the field all the way.
Hey, hold on. Law, before I finish, I had to hit them real quick, bro.
Whoa. Jeez. That hurt, man.
I play so dirty.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so give me my Kool-Aid emojis. You know I got to have that Kool-Aid, man.
I got you, big dog.
Open wide,
yeah.
Boo. I'm thirsty. However that song go. Where my Kool-Aid at, man?
Man,
this
I
is
got
the
you, big
situation.
dog.
I know Big AJ don't like that Kool-Aid.
Man, give some Kool-Aid, bro. Some Kool-Aid.
Hold on. Go back to Big Game James right quick. Let me see something. Let me see Big Game James' face right quick. You know what? 2 episodes in a row, Big Game James. The reason why he been acting that way because he don't have the hat on. That's what it is, boss. It's the hat. He take the hat off. He's just gonna be.
No, we need to give that white gorilla, dog.
Oh my gosh, man.
CFT in the building.
Yeah.
What's up, boy?
Thief!
What's up?
Stop! Thief! Come back! Thief! Thief!
CFT in the building. What's up, my dog? My boy Rome in the building. What's up?
Shout out to Rome. But, man, let me give you guys this right here. And it may sound like Kool-Aid, but last year was Kellen Moore's 3rd year ever calling plays. And just like Big Game James said that he believed that Dak Prescott didn't hit his ceiling and he's going to stay put. I don't think that that's the case in the scenario for Kellen Moore, believe it or not. He's going into his 4th year, and I hope that he can understand the principles of diagramming and putting up places on the field of, hey, this is what you do when they are in pass pro sets that you run the ball. And quite frankly, 6'5", 332 pound, the guy that the OC done predicted. I'm still here. I'm still alive. Can y'all still hear me? The OC. Hello. Hello. Y'all can still hear me? Hello? What happened to the OC? All right, well, let me know if I'm still live on this end. All right, well, I think that they're streamed and frozen completely. Well, there's only one way we can do this. I might as well put the music on mine since they done frozen over there in space. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful people, you can't stop a tank with no key. You can't stop law. They may be frozen solid over there, but I'ma still rock it. And the Cowboys are ready to punch people in the jaw. This is the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. As we build the plane in the air, I get it. We were 12-5 last year, and excuse me, we were not 5-12. So this particular team, heading into the 4th year ever, Kellen Moore calling up and dialing up plays. One thing that I recall from an interview from Dalton Schultz, he said now IQ plays a major role, meaning that we can't just win off of talent alone. Meaning that now the guys that running these routes got to win individually. And I said, don't look at this draft as an isolated situation, but excuse me, the battle is right now. The moment is grand right now that these boys understand that even if you use Simi Fehoko as a hybrid tight end, you better win on your individual situations. Oh, excuse me, Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Those boys better get it out of the mud, because we do know one thing for sure, that the expectation will always remain high. And I ain't just talking about John Legend. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, even if the internet freezes on you, you can still get it out of the mud, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll up our sleeves, we're gonna fight some things, and we're gonna get out of the NFC East back on top, because everybody counting us out, but I'm not counting the Cowboys out. Give me the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna give it out to all of y'all, because yeah, they frozen, but I'm not the law over here, baby. It's the long arm of the law, baby. And if Dogged and Grim and Proceed and Beset it, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, we will get it. No more talking about we at the bottom. No more talking about the NFC East. It's the least. No, we the best. That's why we in the West. And we remain on the top. That's why we dominate the East, because we all some beasts. Give me some fire emojis, baby. Let's go. I'll fire my own self up. Yeah, I'm ready to put the pants on now. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Who ready to run through a wall with me, baby? Come on. That's been my time. I really thank my boys over there that's frozen and lost in space for theirs. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, baby. It's all good. That's how you build a plane in the sky, baby. Hey, ho, let's go. I was built for this.
Nowadays,
come on.
Really only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blingin', she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the dome and just
come on.
Whole team here might need some.
Right.
Still young, but I move like a
veteran.
Deal to my lawyer.
Yeah.
If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up. Wait till I. Old producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring, you tough enough. Wanna get you new things in your pockets, though. Run it up.
Watch my fire come on in while I jump on in, baby. Hey, ho.
My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up.
Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blingin', she ice. Freeze, photo.
They freeze. What my boys? Where they freeze at? Where they freeze it at?
No photos. I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today.
Come on.
I get paid to stay away.
Hey.
I get paid on rainy days.
Come on.
I might make it rain today.
Right.
I got paid off pain today.
Got paid, baby.
Take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard us on the market for the low. Who the realest? We might never know.
Come on, y'all know who the realest is. Come on.
Give you the world when they sign you up. Dry you out and then they line you up.
Oh.
Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching.
Come on, baby.
Now you're all on
look at my boys. They frozen, baby. Look. They frozen. They put some fire on them, baby. They frozen.
Nowadays, nothing really excites
Come on.
me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's
Come on.
I got wifey on blinging, she freeze, photo, please, no photos, G's, no,
Watch how that beat come in.
please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on blinging, she freeze, photo, please, no photos,
MOJ.
please, no photos.
Hey, ho. If you don't believe in the Cowboys,
The cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go, baby.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
It's Mr. Nasty
time, baby. Hey, let me get on out of here. Let me slow it down for everybody. Let me do my original closeout because normally we be playing this one right here. You know, normally we will play that one. You know, we just want to run it up, baby.
I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Come on.
Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Hey, it's the party. Hey,
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
we gonna run it up, baby. We'll still do the original closeout.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Come on. Hey.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game. Hey.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend.
Where my dogs at?
I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
Hey.
Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Loyalty, baby.
You switch sides off for
Where
the
my
bag,
darkness?
and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Come on.
You just rock what's on the shelf and
Come.
I'm not feeling it.
Come on.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
Mr. Nasty kind.
I've been really in the field.
What you say?
I love the feel, lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
What up?
Take it to a meal.
You don't know what it up?
I just wanna run it up.
Does not mean that you have evidence.
Kinda check the song.
Okay.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you.
Count that too, count that, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I been really in the field.
DJ Law, baby.
I love the feel, lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna
Run it up, baby.
Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
He needs some.
Come on, baby.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
I'm too crunk, baby.
I just wanna run it
I just want to run it up, baby.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
I'm up out of here. Shout out to you, Sadiqa. Shout out to you. Breaking news, Sadiqa just donated to the Oxnard Front. I really appreciate you, Sadiqa.
Breaking news.
Oh, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down for everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all, man, so much, man, for all of your love and adulations for the nation, baby. Y'all already know I love it when I see the hearts out there on the Facebook group and all of the love. But let's slow it down right quick for you. Where my two-steppers at? Shout out to the two-steppers. that light string, baby. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, baby.
Come on. Shout out to all of the 88 Cutlass. Shout out to I Love. You know what?
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
Oh,
Player too.
we got. Oh, we got some news from the Eagles up in the house. Oh my gosh, let's get a moment of silence for them. All right, Eagles, that's okay. National bird, by the way.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player?
The street light hit him. I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday. Come on.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far.
Come on.
So far.
Turn me up a little bit more.
If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Where my boy at?
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
We up out here, baby. Appreciate y'all. One love. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go.
You could not live with your own failure.